Mañana vámonos hasta Astaná, donde en esa reunión de la Organización de Cooperación de Shanghái está empezando a hablar Putin. Vamos a escuchar al presidente ruso.
Diversity and looking for collegial solutions in the sphere of security. With active participation of our Kazakhstan colleagues, this session of leaders of states has prepared a big number of documents and solutions, the implementation of which will no doubt contribute to expanding the influence of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Our positions on topical items of the international agenda are reflected in the statement of the Council. It reflects our commitment to principles of world order based on principles of
Está hablando Vladímir Putin de esos documentos que van a ampliar, dice, la influencia de la Organización de Cooperación de Shanghái a nivel internacional. Documentos firmados para mejorar, para impulsar esa influencia de ese grupo de países en el orden mundial.
In the draft of development strategy of SCO till 2034, it's important from the point of view of expanding practical cooperation in all areas of the operation of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Tight economic connections bring obvious different benefits to all member states. GDP growth across the SCO was over 5%, industrial cooperation 4.2%, while inflation level stayed at just 2.4%. The commodity turnover of Russia with SCO member states has grown by 25%. In this context, I'd like to say that our countries increased the share of national currencies in their mutual settlements. In Russia's settlements with SCO member states over the first 4 months of this year, this share has already exceeded 92%. Let me remind you about Russia's initiative to establish SCO's own settlements mechanism. A significant contribution to the development of ties SCO is made by ministries responsible for the economy and meetings of ministers of finance and central banks. The organization's business council is working actively, helping business communities of our countries to tap into mutually beneficial projects. And the financing of such projects is dealt with by the Interbank Union of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. One of SCO's priority has always been and remains maintaining security within the organization and along its perimeters. This is the goal of today's decision to transform regional anti-terrorist SCO structure into a universal center that will respond to the entire spectrum of security threats, as well as establishment of anti-narcotics center in Dushanbe. In fighting terrorism, separatism and extremism, we will use the 3-year program of cooperation in this sphere. We are satisfied by the fact that SCO countries are consistently building cooperation on the humanitarian track, developing contacts in science and education, environment protection, healthcare, and fighting epidemics. We are growing our athletic and youth exchanges. The SCO University, uniting 77 universities across our states, is working successfully. We regularly hold forums of principals of universities and education weeks that help establish ties among students, teachers, business community, and the state sector. A coordinating role in expanding youth contacts is played by the Youth SCO Council, established at Russia's initiative. This spring, we invited you all to the Youth Festival in Sochi, and a conference devoted to intercultural dialogue We're looking forward to seeing you all in September near Moscow, in Dubna, at the International Youth Program SCO Business Incubator. Dear colleagues, in today's situation, when the world is going through rapid and irreversible change, an active and initiative position of SCO is very relevant. A multipolar world is now a reality, and the circle of states advocating a fair world order is growing, and they're ready to defend their rights and defend their traditional values. Sprouting up our new centers of power.
Está diciendo Putin que esa creación de ese nuevo orden a través de también de estos países que buscan una tercera vía, que buscan un camino alternativo a lo que está planteando en las relaciones bilaterales y en las relaciones multipolares. Ahí está Xi Jinping en pantalla.
A powerful locomotive of change, of global development, and establishing a true multipolarity. An important step in this direction is the initiative of a SCO member state on world unity for a fair world and harmony, on which we will be deciding today. This initiative is clearly aimed at shaping measures of trust and ensuring stability on our common Eurasian region, measures that would guarantee conditions for sustainable growth equally for everyone, for all countries, regardless of their political or economic structure, confession or cultural peculiarities. Russia's initiative to create a new architecture for cooperation in Eurasia aimed to replace the outdated Eurocentric and Euro-Atlantic models that used to give unilateral benefits to certain states only. The result of such world order is well known. Growing number of crises all across the world, one of which is, of course, the Ukrainian crisis. Russia has always been in favor of peaceful political and diplomatic resolution of the situation in Ukraine, a crisis that emerged as the outcome of blatant policy of the US and its satellites. We have repeatedly come up with propositions and initiatives in this regard. Just in June, we proposed another variant of settlement. And if Ukraine, and most importantly its sponsors, its Western sponsors, are ready, it would allow to immediately cease hostilities, save human lives, and begin negotiations. Dear colleagues, we're very grateful to SCO member states for their initiatives on settling this conflict. No doubt, Russia is ready to take into account your ideas and initiatives. We think it is right that the Shanghái Cooperation Organization has always been dealing with the issues of Afghanistan. We support resumption of the SCO Afghanistan contact group. I think this will contribute to further normalization of the situation in this country. Unfortunately, in the Great Eurasia, there are still other potential hotspots of conflicts, expansion of which may bear chaos and conflicts. And that's, first of all, is the Middle East, and specifically the situation in Gaza Strip. History has shown counterproductivity of unilateral attempts taken by the US, among other countries, to cut the knot in violation of UN decisions that clearly provide for the existence of two independent and sovereign states, Israel and Palestine. Matters related to ensuring security and stability, both in Eurasia and in the wider rim, demand from SCO and its member states active involvement and energetic and well-thought-out policy, taking into account the expectations of our friends among the countries of the world majority. Dear colleagues, as has been said already, as the authority and influence of the SCO grows, so does the interest towards it from other countries and international structures. Many of them seek to establish an equal dialogue with our organization and to join its operations. And of course, we need to give attention, to pay attention to the significant number of applications from countries who want to cooperate with us. In conclusion, I would like to thank our Kazakhstan friends for organizing this meeting and wish success to Chairman of the People's Republic of China, our friend Xi Jinping, and our Chinese friends who will be taking.
Ese es el mensaje en la Organización de Cooperación de Shanghái de Vladímir Putin, ese mensaje final también a Xi Jinping de relación bilateral y el mensaje también que había dado alrededor de Vladímir Putin de lo que estaba sucediendo en la guerra de Ucrania y de ese posicionamiento hacia un camino de una mesa de negociación de paz que volvía o que vuelve a abrir en ese discurso de la Organización de Cooperación de Shanghái el presidente ruso.